Welcome to Sincerely Me, a podcast about self-discovery and inner work so you can cultivate a deeper relationship to yourself and show up more fully in your work and life. My name is Tallia and I'm honored to be your host. Hi guys, I'm here with a special guest. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
You sound so formal. Hello.
Hello.
So it's me and my husband, Parsa, and I just had this crazy idea that as we counted down the last 6 minutes to midnight when I'm turning 29, that we would record a little podcast. Kind of makes me sound like a workaholic, but you know, I love what I do and thought it would be fun to share that moment on the podcast. What are your thoughts?
I think it sounds wonderful.
Okay. So we got 6 minutes until midnight, and I was thinking we could do, so I found this article about like doing a birthday check-in, and it lists 10 questions to ask yourself at your birthday check-in once a year, obviously, because you have a birthday once a year. And I think we should answer them. And maybe you can answer them too.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question, did I already say I'm turning 29 tomorrow?
I don't know if you said the date.
Okay, well, I'm turning 29 tomorrow. Tomorrow is March 1st.
Year.
It's my birthday. It's also Justin Bieber's birthday. Most importantly, we share a birthday. And I love him. Okay. I love you too, husband of mine. Okay, so question number 1 is, what do I like about my life? That's a broad question.
Just name one thing that you like in particular.
What I like about my life is being and living so close to our families. How about you?
Other than being married to you?
Yeah.
I feel grateful for the quality of people that we've surrounded ourselves with.
Yeah.
There's just really, really great people that are all, living beautiful, wonderful lives, or doing great things, and that we can really count on.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Whoever's listening, who's in our lives. I mean, you're all kind of in our lives. So thanks for being a part of it. Okay, number 2. What are some things I want to be different by next year? By next year, I want to have, I don't know if this answers the question, but I want to have traveled a lot between now and next year.
Well, that's not necessarily different. You traveled a lot in the past year.
No, but like...
For leisure?
Yeah, more for leisure. I also want to... What else do I want to be different? I want to spend more time with our families.
I think that's what I want, is more quality time with our families.
Yeah.
Particularly our siblings.
Yeah. And I would like to focus more on parts of my life outside of work as well. Because I love my work and everything I do. It's a double-edged sword because it can definitely be all-consuming. So I like to focus more on like cultivating other parts of my life and myself. Okay, number 3. Who are the people who most add to my life at the moment?
That's not what it says.
No, but like currently, presently, who adds to my life?
Okay.
I feel like all of these questions are just pointing us to family. Family is a very important value for both of us. All the women that I have the pleasure of working with, whether in the inner work circle or as private clients or in any other capacity, you all add a lot to my life, so thank you for that. And this list could be long, so I think we should go to number 4. Do you have an answer to that?
You.
Now I feel like a jerk. You add the most to my life, too. I love you.
Love you too.
Oh my gosh. One more minute.
I think you're closer to like 10 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
That flew by. Okay. Why am I nervous?
I don't know.
It's funny. I love birthdays. Okay. Oh, I don't think I want to answer number 4 publicly.
Well, you shouldn't because it's your birthday right now.
Oh, that's true. Oh, actually my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's midnight. Happy birthday to me. Are you seriously going to have me sing happy birthday to myself by myself on the podcast?
Are we going to seriously sing happy birthday in its entirety on your podcast?
100% we are.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tallia. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo!
I love you.
Birthday, birthday, birthday. I love you too. Oh, this is fun. Okay. What is the most important habit or activity to add from day-to-day living and then to subtract? Okay, I'll go to the subtract first. I would really like to subtract the amount of time I'm on social media day to day.
On the flip side,
And
adding the amount of presence and quality time
yeah.
in person.
Also, movement. I'd like to just physically move more. I spend a lot of time sitting on the couch or in my office. I'd like to just like be out in the world more physically.
I'd like to add yoga.
Yeah, get some flexibility up in here. All right, next question. Did you have answers to that one?
I just said it. Adding yoga
And subtracting.
more presence.
What do you want to subtract?
The amount of time you spend on social media.
Okay, you're on your phone a lot too. You're watching basketball stuff. I know it's different.
That's not social media.
But it's still time spent on your phone. Should we get in a fight on the podcast?
No.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
We don't even have fights.
No, but we have challenging moments.
Who doesn't have challenging moments?
I know. What are you going to subtract? Will you still answer the question?
What should I subtract? Can it be like a simple thing?
Sure.
Sugar intake.
Okay, cool. How would I rate my life in all these realms? Oh boy. Okay, career, finance, health, relationship, growth, fun, and lifestyle. It's kind of a...
That's a big question.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like,
it says
what are the
rate,
criteria?
Like rate on like what, a 1 out of 10?
Okay, let's create a scale. So let's say 0 to 10, 10 being no room for improvement. It's just perfect. There's nothing wrong, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That is a difficult question. How would I rate my life in all these categories? Okay, career. You want to go with your rating first?
Sure.
Okay, where would you rate your career right now?
I work at a great place with great people. I think there's always room for upward mobility. Mm-hmm. And I'm still in the very early stages of my career. So there's where I am today versus where I want to be in the future. I mean, there's a long way to go since it's so early.
Yeah.
So I'd put it kind of squarely in the middle.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking the same thing, not out of like us being unhappy, but out of there being so much potential there and so much opportunity for growth professionally. Because in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, we're in our 20s, well, 29 and 30.
So we're not in our 20s, I'm 30.
Okay, but like we're still, yeah, in like very early stages of our career. So I think that just points to how much more we want to do.
Yeah, I think on the same token, finances is a similar thing. There's where I want to be is it's a long way to go. So finances I put in the middle.
Okay.
Health, say in the middle as well. There's being in a professional career. I definitely prioritize work and then leisure time with you above more healthy activities, which I would like to incorporate more into my life. So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement there.
Yeah. I'd say like on the surface level, I'm very healthy, but I do think I would like to be a lot more physically active. I would like to.
There's behaviors and habits that need to be built in, healthy behaviors
for both of
and habits
us,
that
yeah.
need to be built in for both of
I
us.
really, 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 I don't know why. I think a part of this is just like when you work for yourself from home, you're like in charge of your own schedule. You're making a million decisions every minute of every day. The first thing that goes to the bottom of my list is eating meals regularly.
Yeah.
I feel like any other entrepreneur out there could definitely relate to that. Because the discipline, like the mental exhaustion for me around food is so real that I just like put it off and off and off until I'm so hungry. And I definitely can feel like my body is just like out of sync with like the weird times of day that I eat now.
75% of the time, I just forget to eat.
Yeah, it's bad. So I'd like to work on that for sure. Like literally just set a goal to have 3 meals a day at like relatively normal times. So there's that.
Relationships, I'm going to give that one a 10.
Okay, but relationships fully.
Relationships what?
Nothing's at a 10 ever. There's always opportunity for growth.
Okay, there's certainly room for improvement, but I am always open to inviting new, happy, and wonderful relationships into my life.
Yeah.
And people into my life. And if I see good people, I welcome them with open arms. But I'm also very, very happy with the group of people. One, obviously my wife, my family, and the friends that I do have. I'm very, very happy with them, and I see no reason why.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to change those things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely looking to create new relationships and find close community with women in my life. I feel like in adulthood, it's maybe a common relatable challenge is like meeting people, especially as a solo entrepreneur. Like I don't have work friends. I don't have.
And just as you get older, too,
Yeah.
people are busy.
And like in a lot of different stages of life, like some of my friends have kids, some of my friends are single, some of my friends are getting married, some of my friends are married. Most of my friends don't live here, so there's just like a big mix of circumstances, I guess, in the relationship category. But we are both very lucky in that we have beautiful communities and people surrounding us.
Growth, I'm going to put that in the middle as well. 5.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to rate.
Yeah, I don't.
Rating
There's
the
always
category
room
of
for
growth.
growth.
Fun, if I had to rate fun as a category, I'd say below 5, as in like I don't prioritize having fun for the sake of having fun. Like I feel like I take many things. I'm someone.
I mean, we have fun, but
No,
we don't
we
actively pursue.
Like, let's go do something fun.
Or I think what we don't do is enough, or often enough, is just taking a step back from work and realizing that there is a life outside of that, and trying to. Sometimes you're just exhausted when you come back from work, and we could definitely do better at planning fun activities around.
Yeah, we don't.
Work.
Yeah, we don't do a good job of planning.
We're not good planners.
We're not good planners. Yeah. So like, the last time I feel like we do have a lot of fun like day to day at home together, but we don't do a lot of fun activities. Would you agree?
Our weekends are certainly very busy, and we have fun on the weekends. But oftentimes they're not dictated by us.
I wouldn't say we have. I would say all of our weekends are like we have a good time on the weekends, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're like fun.
Maybe we're not. We could do better at going out and experiencing new things, novel things.
Or even like one time we went to Piedmont Park and just like rode around on scooters. That was fun. And it's so rare that we do things like that.
Right.
Like for the sake of nothing but doing the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should definitely
do more of that. And then the last category is lifestyle, which is also a weird category to rate yourself in.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to growth.
I feel like all of those are lifestyle
And everything
categories.
collectively is left.
Okay, let's move on. Number 7. Okay, these questions aren't that great. Number 7 is, what is something I can do to fix the area of my life that's most lagging?
Well, we kind of just talked a lot about those things.
That's what I'm saying. They kind of tend to overlap now, but I would say
planning. We can plan more.
Yeah, we can plan more ahead of time. I'd also like one thing to do to fix parts of my life that are lagging. I think I'd like to find an office outside of my home.
I think finding solutions to things allow us to not use so much brain power and make
true.
so many decisions on a day-to-day basis, because it's exhausting.
That's why we like HelloFresh.
Yeah.
This is not sponsored. Hashtag goals. But I think, things like HelloFresh are so nice because we don't have to spend time making decisions around what to eat or what to buy or what to cook.
We're just making so many decisions all day long, every single day.
Yeah. Exhaustion fatigue is real.
Yeah.
Is real. Okay. Anything else for that one?
No, that's a good one.
How can I remember my plan throughout the year?
Write it down.
Vision boards, guys.
Queen of vision boards.
Best thing. I literally I've made 3 vision boards so far, and it's officially March 1st. Happy birthday, Justin Bieber, and me. I have 3 vision boards already. Basically, like one every month, but they're the best. I wake up. It's the first thing I see when I wake up. It's the last thing I look at before I go to bed.
They're staring at 3 of them right now.
Yeah, they're the greatest. I'd like to do an episode just on vision boards and what's on mine and how to feel inspired. Anyways, we haven't made yours for this year yet. We should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last 2. Who is someone I can trust to help me get to where I want to be over the next year? You.
Yeah, obviously each other.
Yeah.
But with that said, there are certain roles I think that, I'm for example your husband, right? Like if we're talking about what are your goals over the course of next year for your business, then there are certain roles in there that maybe are not appropriate for me to fill.
For sure.
Right? Like I'm not your business coach.
Yeah.
And I've never even run a business, right? So
yeah.
I think realizing I'm always here to support you through every single thing that you do, being able to distinguish between what my role is as your husband and other things.
Boundaries are important.
Is very important. So
yeah,
I'm here to help you in anything and support you in any ways, but then there's other people that are going to help you get to a certain point that like I need to sometimes like step back and say, okay, this is this other person's job.
I think I can definitely bring in my dad a bit more too. Like he has so much experience as a business owner. So just kind of like, asking for help, asking for advice, not trying to figure everything out by myself every day. And some other distinctly wonderful people who I have in mind. And if you're listening, you know who you are.
I want to read a little bit more books too. I think there's probably some authors that can help me get to where I want to be.
That's true. That actually is the last question. So the last question is, if there's a gap between where you are now and where you want to be, what's one step I can take now to make the gap a little smaller?
You answer it first.
Okay. What's one thing I can do now to make the gap smaller? That's also a really big question.
I know a simple thing. I think for me, one thing is taking time out of my day for self-reflection. Yeah. I don't do that enough, and I'm constantly every single day moving at 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, you do move quickly.
I wake up and I'm out the door pretty quickly, and typically 20 to 30 minutes after I wake up, like my brain starts firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
In work mode, and then it's like bang, 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 like one thing after the other.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. Until I leave work, and even throughout that day, I don't really kind of take a step back. And there are moments where maybe I'll go step outside now and take a break. But I think taking time for self-reflection can really help me prioritize a lot of things.
It's a good thing you're married to me.
That's true.
Okay, I have two answers to that question. The first, to close the gap between where I am and where I want to be, is to get more clear on where I want to be. Right? I think I have so many ideas, so many things I want to do, yet at the same time, don't spend enough time getting super clear on like the end goal, right? Whether that's like setting financial goals or setting just goals in general. I tend to do a lot of like what I feel and get excited to create in the moment. And a part of me loves just like trusting in that it will get me to where I want to be. However, I do think I need a bit of a mountain to walk towards, like does that make sense? Yeah.
Also help.
Also help. Yeah. Like getting help so that I'm not the only one working in my business or on my business. I had another answer to this question. Oh, okay. I like this answer. It seems a little, it doesn't seem like a very direct answer, but it makes sense in my head. So let's see if this makes sense when I think out loud. So in order to get the gap, to make the gap smaller between where I am now and where I want to be, one thing I can do now is raise my vibration. And what I mean by that is like, okay, this is like a whole podcast episode, but basically like making sure that I'm making choices that affirm my desire to feel good. Like playing music, dancing, having fun, doing things that get me into that elevated state of being and feeling so that I begin to attract the things that I want. This is like, manifestation 101 stuff, but every moment of every day presents the opportunity to feel good, and choosing to feel good and choosing to think good thoughts and feel good things and do good things only moves you along faster, in my opinion. Or I shouldn't even say faster because it's not about speed, but affirms and attracts the things you want. So
speaking of that actually makes me think about what we're going to be doing tomorrow for your birthday.
Yeah.
Which is something that I want to do a little bit more of. The breath work.
Yeah. So for my birthday, I love birthdays, and at the same time, it then makes me feel like a lot of pressure around planning and like what to do on my birthday, especially when I have beautiful people in my life here, and a lot of beautiful people and friends who don't live here. So I always get a little like kind of down on myself about just wishing I could have everybody who I love in one place and how that's just not realistic. However, I was thinking about how I personally want to spend my birthday tomorrow and what I can do to your point, like get into that higher state of being and just that like good place mentally and emotionally. And I guess I've known about breath work for a long time and meditation obviously for a long time, but I've found someone here in Atlanta. Her name is Vaughn Piero. She's amazing. I'll link her in the show notes. But I had this vision of bringing together all the people that I love to my house and hiring Vaughn to come in for the day and like do a meditation and breathwork session with all of us. And I'm so excited to share it with everybody else. And it like felt good to make a decision, not about what everybody else would enjoy, but about like, how do I want to spend my birthday? What's going to help elevate me and like get me into just like help me kick off the year in that state of being. Does that make sense?
And this stuff works.
Yeah, breath work is very powerful. And I would maybe even love to have Vaughn on the podcast to talk about it eventually. But anyways, all of that to say, I'm very excited to spend tomorrow doing some of these practices that get me deeper into my own inner work, into my own self-discovery, into my own relationship to myself, with myself, and sharing that space with people that I love and sharing these practices with them. I mean, clearly this podcast is just another way for me to share the things that help me in my own journey. So I'm excited to bring that into the start of my 30th year tomorrow, or technically today, since it's March 1st officially. But well, that was fun.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Do you think we should release it to the world?
I think so.
Yeah.
We can listen to it again, but
okay.
Feeling good about it.
Okay. Well, that's it for my birthday episode.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. Thanks, guys, for listening. We will catch you on next week's episode. Sincerely,
Me?
us.